You know that feeling. You have studied English for years. You know thousands of words. You can read articles. You can pass grammar tests. Your writing is decent. But the moment someone speaks to you in English, your brain freezes. Your mouth opens. Nothing comes out. Or worse, broken words stumble out, wrong words, embarrassing words, and in that moment you feel small, you feel stupid, you feel like all those years of studying were a complete waste. Here is something most teachers never tell you. It is not because you are bad at English, it is not because you are not smart enough, it is not because you did not study hard enough. It is because you have been doing one thing wrong, one single thing, and as long as you keep doing it, you will never speak English fluently. Not in 1 year, not in 5 years, not ever. I know that sounds harsh, but I need you to hear it because once you see the mistake, really sees it, everything changes. Let us begin. Chapter 1. The mistake that keeps you silent. So, what is this one thing? It is simple and it is hiding in plain sight. You have been learning English with your eyes, not your ears, not your mouth. Think about how you study. You read textbooks, you memorize vocabulary lists, you complete grammar exercises, you watch videos with subtitles, you highlight words, you take notes. All of this happens in your head. All of it is silent. Now think about riding a bike. Can you learn to ride a bike by reading a book about bikes? Can you learn by watching videos of other people cycling? Can you learn by memorizing the names of every part of the bicycle? No. You learn to ride a bike by getting on the bike, by falling, by getting up, by pedaling badly at first, then a little better than without thinking. Speaking English is exactly the same. You cannot think your way into fluency. You must speak your way into fluency. And here is the hard truth. If you have spent years reading, writing and listening but rarely speaking out loud, then your speaking muscle is weak. It has never been trained. This is not your fault. The school system taught you this way. Most apps teach you this way. The whole industry is built around silent learning. But silent learning produces silent speakers. Chapter 2. Why your brain freezes. Let me explain what happens inside your head when you try to speak. You know thousands of English words, but those words are stored in a different parts of your brain than the part that speaks. Reading uses one pathway, writing uses another, speaking uses a completely different pathway. If you have only practiced reading and writing, that speaking pathway is like a tiny dirt road in a jungle, overgrown, hard to find, hard to walk on. Meanwhile, your reading pathway is a 6-lane highway. Words flow easily when you read, but when you open your mouth to speak, your brain tries to send words down that tiny jungle path. It gets stuck, it gets lost, you freeze. This is why you can understand a word when you read it, but cannot find it when you speak. The word exists in your brain, but the speaking pathway has not been built. Nothing is wrong with you. Your brain is working exactly as it should. You built a pathway for reading. You built a highway for writing, but you never built the highway for speaking. And here is the thing. The only way to build that highway is to speak out loud. Every day. Even badly, even nervously, even when you make mistakes. Speaking is not a result of learning. Speaking is the learning. Chapter 3. The Classroom Trap. Let me tell you about a trap. Classroom English is clear. It is careful. The teacher speaks slowly. Every word is pronounced fully. Every sentence is complete. Classroom English is a swimming pool. The water is calm. You can see the bottom. There are no waves. There is a lifeguard watching. Real English is the ocean. It is fast, it is messy. Words crash into each other. People mumble, they use slang, they cut words in half, they speak over each other. If you only practice in the pool, you will panic in the ocean. Why so many students score high on exams but cannot order a coffee in London or New York? This is why you understand your teacher perfectly but cannot understand two native speakers having a conversation. You have been swimming in the pool your whole life. The ocean feels dangerous, it feels overwhelming. But here is what I want you to remember. The ocean is not trying to drown you, it is just different. And the only way to get comfortable in the ocean is to spend time in the ocean. Start small, start in the shallow water. but start. Listen to real conversations, no textbook dialogues, real podcasts, real interviews, real people talking fast, messy, and natural. And then this is the most important part, speak along with the team. Chapter 4, What Fluent Speakers Do Differently. Let me share something most learners never hear about. Fluent speakers are not people who never make mistakes. Fluent speakers are people who stopped being afraid of mistakes. Think about that for a moment. A child learning their first language makes thousands of mistakes. They say, I go it to the park. They say, I wanted that. Nobody tells them to stop talking until their grammar is perfect. Nobody hands them a textbook. They just keep talking, and one day they get it right. Somewhere along the way, as adults, we decide that mistakes are bad, that we should not speak until we can speak perfectly. This belief is what keeps you silent. This belief is what keeps you stuck. Fluent English speakers do these three things differently. First, they speak every single day, even just 5 minutes. Even just to themselves, they keep the speaking muscle active. Second, they listen to real English constantly, not just study materials, real content that interests them, podcasts, stories, conversations. Third, and this is the most important, they are not afraid to sound bad. They know that sounding bad today is the price of sounding good tomorrow. Confidence does not come first, confidence comes after action. You speak first, even badly, even nervously, then confidence grows. Chapter 5, The 30-Day Speaking Challenge. Now I want to give you something practical, a simple plan, 30 days, 15 minutes a day. These are the 5 rules. Rule number 1, speak out loud every day. You cannot skip a day, even if you are tired, even if you are busy. 15 minutes, that is all. But it must happen. The speaking muscle dies fast when not used. Rule number 2, shadow real English. Shadowing means listening to a native speaker and repeating what they say at the same time, not after, at the same time, like a shadow following a body. Find a short podcast clip, maybe 2 minutes long, play it and speak along with the speaker. Match their speech, match their rhythm, match their tone. It feels strange at first. You will stumble, you will fall behind. That is normal. Do it anyway. Rule number 3, record yourself. This one is uncomfortable, but it works. Take out your phone, record yourself speaking for 1 minute. Any topic, your day, your plans, your thoughts on a movie. Then listen back. You will hear your mistakes, you will hear your pauses, you will hear where you are weak. This is not about feeling bad. This is about seeing the gaps clearly. You cannot fix what you cannot hear. Rule number 4, think in English. Stop translating in your head. When you translate, you are always one step behind. You think in your language, then translate, then speak. By the time the words come out, the conversation has moved on. Start small. When you wake up, think in English. I am tired. I need coffee. It is raining outside. Simple thoughts, short sentences. Do this throughout the day. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Build the habit. Rule number 5, speak to real people. This is the hardest rule. It is also the most important. Find someone to speak with, a language partner, a tutor online, a friend who is also learning. It does not matter. What matters is that you are in a real conversation. Not a script, not a memorized dialogue, a real exchange where you do not know what the other people will say next. This is the ocean and you need to swim in it. Chapter 6, The Science of Speaking. Let me explain why these 5 rules work. Your brain has something called neuroplasticity. It means your brain can change. It can grow new connections. It can build new pathways. When you speak out loud, you are literally rewiring your brain. Every time you open your mouth and produce English sounds, you strengthen the speaking pathway. Think of it like this. Imagine 2 paths through a forest. One path is wide and clear because hundreds of people walk on it every day. That is your reading path. The other path is narrow and full of weeds because almost nobody walks on it. That is your speaking path. Every time you speak out loud, you walk down that narrow path. You push back the weeds. You make path a little wider, a little clearer. One walk does not change much, but after 30 days of walking that path every single day, it starts to look like a real road. After 90 days, it becomes a highway. This is not theory, this is biology. Your brain physically changes when you speak. Reading about English builds knowledge. Speaking English builds skill. Knowledge lives in your head. Skill lives in your body. Fluency is a practical skill, like dancing, like playing an instrument, like riding that bike. You cannot think your way into a physical skill. You must do it with your body, with your mouth, with your breath. Chapter 7. Why most learners fail. Here is the sad part. Most learners will watch this video. They will nod their heads. They will think, yes, this makes sense. I should speak more. Then they will close this video and they will go back to reading, to grammar exercises, to vocabulary apps. Because reading feels safe, speaking feels dangerous. Reading is private. Nobody can hear your mistakes. Speaking is public. People might judge you. People might laugh. This fear is real. I am not going to tell you it is not. But I am going to tell you something more important. The fear of speaking will never go away by waiting. You cannot wait until you feel ready. You cannot wait until you feel confident. The fear only goes away by speaking. The first time you speak, it is terrifying. The 10th time, it is uncomfortable. The 100th time, it is normal. The 1000th time, you do not even think about it. That is how fear works. It shrinks with exposure. It grows with avoidance. Every day you avoid speaking, the fear gets stronger. Every day you speak, the fear gets weaker. So the question is not, am I ready to speak? The question is, am I willing to be uncomfortable today so I can be fluent tomorrow? Because that is the deal, that is the price. Discomfort today, fluency tomorrow. Nobody skipped the discomfort. Nobody. Chapter 8. Your first week plan. Let me make this very simple for you. Here is exactly what to do in your first 7 days. Day 1. Find a 2-minute English podcast clip. Any topic you enjoy, listen to it 3 times. Then shadow it. Speak along with the speaker. Do this for 10 minutes. It does not matter if you sound bad. Day 2. Same clip, but today record yourself shadowing it. Listen back. Notice where you struggle. Do not judge yourself. Just notice. Day 3. Find a new 2-minute clip. Same process. Listen, shadow, record, notice. Day 4. Today, no clip, just you. Record yourself talking for 2 minutes about your day. No script, no preparation. Just speak, listen back. Day 5. Back to shadowing. New clip. But today, try to match the speaker's emotion, not just their words. Sound happy when they sound happy. Sound serious when they sound serious. Day 6. Free speaking again. 3 minutes today. Talk about your plans for the weekend. Record it. Listen back. Day 7. Mix both. 5 minutes of shadowing, 5 minutes of free speaking, and then, if you are brave, send one of your recordings to a friend. Ask them to listen. Ask them what they understood and what they did not. That is it. 7 days, 15 minutes a day. This is not complicated. It is not fancy, but if you actually do it every single day, something will shift inside you by day 7. You will feel your mouth moving differently. Words will come a little faster. The fear will be a little smaller. And that is how it begins. Chapter 9. The long game. Now I want to be honest with you. 7 days will not make you fluent. 30 days will not make you fluent. Fluency is not an event. It is a journey. But here is what 30 days of daily speaking will do. You will stop freezing when someone speaks to you. You will start thinking in English without translating. You will understand fast speech better. You will feel less fear. You will feel more control. And most importantly, you will prove to yourself that you can improve. That belief that you can get better is more powerful than any grammar rule or vocabulary list. Because once you believe you can improve, you do. Every day, little by little, word by word, conversation by conversation. The English is not getting slower, you are getting faster. Think about that. The world is not going to slow down for you. Native speakers are not going to start speaking like your textbook. Real life is fast and messy and unpredictable, but you can get faster. You can get more comfortable in the chaos. You can learn to swim in the ocean, and it all starts with one decision. The decision to stop learning English with your eyes and start learning it with your mouth. Chapter 10. You are one thing today. Let us recap everything fast. You have been learning English the wrong way, with your eyes in silence, building highways for reading and writing, but leaving your speaking pathway overgrown and unused. This is why your brain freezes. This is why words disappear when you try to speak. This is not your fault, but it is your responsibility. The fix is simple. Speak out loud every day. Shadow native speakers. Record yourself. Think in English. Talk to real people. Do it for 15 minutes. Do it for 30 days. Watch your brain rewire itself. Watch the fear shrink. And remember this, you will never speak English fluently if you keep learning in silence. But if you open your mouth today, even badly, even nervously, even for just 5 minutes, you have already changed your future. Not when you feel ready, starting today. If this video helped you, let me know in the comments. Tell me one thing you will do differently starting today. Just one thing. I read every comment. And if you know someone who has been studying English for years but still cannot speak, send them this video. They need to hear this. The next video is waiting for you right there. See you in the next one.